Fausto Nuevo here with CGC Trading Cards, and we're here with someone pretty amazing. We're going to be looking at some original trading card art. So, Jose, could you introduce yourself to us?
Hey everyone, I'm Jose Caballero. I am a long-time Marvel trading card enthusiast and collector, and I'm pleased to be here. The CGC's asked me to be here and bring some artwork with me.
So this is the first time we're really getting to see this artwork. As a lot of people know, original artwork kind of gets deep six and it's very difficult to find and very infrequent when you get to see it out in public like this. So we're going to start with this first piece, which is part from an iconic set, the 1992 Marvel Masterpiece. Jose, can you give us a little bit of information on this?
Yeah, so this is Joe Jusko's Havoc from the 1992 Marvel Masterpieces. You can see it's acrylics on board. It's very tough to find these pieces nowadays. They're like Fausto mentioned, they're gobbled up in collections. Pieces notable for how Joe has captured the explosion of power out of Havoc. It's pretty interesting how he got that. Translates nicely into the trading card. Beautiful use of the different blue hues on the piece. Next you'll see 4 pieces from the Marvel Universe 1990 set. Many people might not realize this, but a lot of the trading cards for the set were done in a large comic book board, so 4 cards per board. So behind this is all just one giant piece. The 4 pieces on the bottom represent the close-up face shots that you can see in the reverse of the card. The pencils are done by comic legend Ron Frenz. The inks are done by another comic legend, Joe Rubinson, who's also a famous colorist. And essentially what you have here are 4 amazing characters. Loki in the top left corner in his pensive state, Green Goblin in the bottom left corner, and Galactus on the bottom right. Last but not least, really the highlight of the piece is the black suit Spider-Man in the top right corner. Essentially, this card is very notable as it is number 2 in the set. It is the first time that the symbiote suit appeared on any trading card, and it is also the first known original art of Spider-Man for any trading card. Previous to 1990, to this Marvel Universe set, the artwork was used from reused comic book images, and this set really changed the way things were done because it was created, the art was done specifically for trading cards, and that's where it was first used.
It's amazing, man. I'm so grateful to you for bringing this stuff here. You know that. It's crazy because as Marvel trading card collectors, you all know that when you collect this stuff, you collect it for the artwork, you collect it for the signers, the people, the comic book writers and artists who sign these cards, who brought these characters to life, and to see them by actual creators of these characters and people who drew them for books, pin-ups, publication material of any kind. To see it in person and be this close to it is a major treat. We got 2 other pieces for you, so we're going to cross streams here. A little Ghostbuster for you. We're going to come to something pretty spectacular here. This is from 1994 Marvel Masterpieces. This is a Greg and Tim Hildebrandt piece, and this is Nova. So could you tell us a little bit about this?
So we saw earlier, the Marvel Masterpieces 1992 piece completely done by Joe Jusko. For 93, the company went a different direction. They got a lot of different artists to do kind of their key character that was made for the trading card. For 94, Fleer went back to using a single artist for the whole set. In this case, a couple of brothers, Greg and Tim Hildebrandt, who are very famous for their fantasy artwork. One of their first major notable pieces, which everyone will recognize, is the original Star Wars poster. For those of you familiar with that image, that was done by Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. So this example is Nova. I'll read right off of you what Greg and Tim said about the piece. They said they call it a blue-on-blue painting, so a lot of blue in it, and what they consider like the beauty of it is how to use so many different blues to get this kind of image with the yellow highlighting the piece. Nova will be in an upcoming MCU film, so that's pretty cool. And for these brothers' pieces, they kind of essentially finish each other's work. They first would use human models, a lot of bodybuilder friends of theirs. They would take photos of them, the poses they wanted. Then they would do a pencil sketch, a couple preliminaries, and ultimately they would paint again as a tandem. So really, really interesting and pretty piece.
Now this is pretty crazy. So this is Marvel Legends 2001. Now this card company is Topps, and Topps hasn't made many Marvel cards at all. They actually only made the 1976, right? Yep. And the 1975 top stickers.
That's right.
Right? Yes. But those older cards weren't original art. They were used from some of the most famous appearances of these characters. However, in Marvel Legends 2001, it's all original art, and it's actually a pretty special set. And here we have Daredevil. So if you're keeping up with your She-Hulk, and I don't think this is a spoiler, it's a great segue into seeing this character in an amazing, amazing portrait.
So, for this particular piece, I'd really like to, talk about the artist a little more. So, Roberto was kind enough to allow us to display this piece. It's the first time that that Roberto's artwork has really kind of left his possession. He has all his original comic book artwork for many years since he did it. Roberto grew up in Mexico really loving comics, really loving the cartoons, and he really wanted to break into it. And after a lot of hard work, he actually became an artist for Marvel, DC, Wildstorm. So he worked for all the big comic companies. Eventually, Topps asked him to do multiple cards for the Marvel Legends set for Topps, and this is one of the first 3 pieces, period, done for the set. It was actually used for the promo card, and again, a gorgeous piece. Roberto was really excited to do it. He hadn't done Daredevil before, and I think the company was very, very happy with it. It appears in multiple promo materials. Roberto is now actually doing work for DC again after he has his own design studio in Mexico, very successful, but he's getting back into comics. So guys, fans, please check out Roberto's upcoming work, Roberto Flores, on DC Comics.
And awesome. Please check out all the artists here we've exhibited. Greg Hildebrandt still does amazing work, one of the most famous artists for fantasy art, Star Wars, just fantastic artists all around. Of course, Jusko, who also came back in the 2016 Marvel Masterpiece set, which fans have loved. This is an amazing set. 92, we're all so close to that set because we all grew up with that. And of course, these classic comic book legends of the industry, right? Still around, still making great product. And again, thank you so much, Jose, for showing us this work, seeing these beautiful pieces, and thank all of you at home. I hope you've enjoyed this. I want to make sure you got the experience from New York Comic Con because this is extremely rare and difficult to find anywhere. So I hope you enjoy and keep collecting Marvel, guys. Thank you.